Hello, students. Today we are going to discuss the last chapter from Vistas, that is Evans tries in O level. We are going to have a summary for quick revision of the chapter. The theme of this chapter is, as you all know, it is based upon a criminal's activities, that how a criminal is able to outsmart police if he is having wits. So, this is a detective fiction by Colin Dexter about the account of jailbreak by Evans. The story deals with his smartness, foresight, and planning his escape, which shows how a criminal can outsmart the authorities. The main characters included in the story are Evans. Evans is a pleasant young man who was good at imitation and had been part of Christmas concerts. He is a congenital kleptomaniac and he is not involved in much of violence. Still, he is being booked behind the bars because of his habit of stealing. He is called Evans the Break as he had escaped prison thrice. The next main character is the governor, who's the officer of average intelligence but overconfident. He takes it as a challenge that he would keep Evans in his prison, that is Oxford prison, and he would ensure that Evans does not get any chance to escape. He ensures foolproof security arrangements for his exam as well. The next important person here is Jackson, who's senior prison officer. He's a kind-hearted man, as he has allowed Evans to wear that bobble hat, although he did not like it. Still, because he had a soft corner for Evans, so he allowed. And he's not an intelligent person and he could not see through the things. Next character, Stephen, is a new recruitment, new officer. He also takes orders without thinking. He does not pay much attention to what is being told, and um, he feels good as he is opted for any duty, so he feels very happy about it. So the story begins. Evans was already famous as the jailbreak, as he had escaped thrice. Thrice he had already escaped from the prison, and that's why he was famous for his act of being a jailbreak. Now at Oxford prison, governor took this special prisoner as a challenge, and he wanted to ensure that he does not give away any chance to Evans for escape. That's why he has made all security arrangements spick and span. Evans getting night classes in O level German. So Evans showed his desire that he is interested in taking O level German. So night classes were arranged for him. After that, he has to appear in the exam, and the secretary of examination board got a call from Oxford prison's governor. So the governor called him and told that there is a candidate at our prison, and the examination should be conducted in his cell, and they are supposed to send an invigilator. So decided to host the exam in Ivan's room and sent for an invigilator from St. Mary Max. The governor was very vigilant and made all necessary arrangements. Like he got a microphone fitted in the cell of Evans and the speakers at governor's office so that he could hear all what is being spoken in the cell. He also sent his two officers, that is Stephen and Jackson, to check out and inspect the cell. On the day of exam arrived and Ivan's cell was inspected thoroughly. They checked it out that there should not be any sharp object remaining there, and they even removed the nail clippers, razor, etc., which was used by the prisoner. Officers took away anything that he may have used to, uh, you can say, hurt himself. They tried to take his hat away, but Evans insisted, saying it was his lucky charm. And Jackson had a soft corner towards Evans, so he allowed. They searched the invigilator, and he reached Evans' cell to carry out the exam. The invigilator carried a suitcase in which he carried paper knife, the German question paper, sorry, the question paper, and tube, a rubber tube, and Church Times, the newspaper, and a Bible. So this was all he carried in that suitcase. It was frisked, and Jackson took away the paper knife he kept with himself, and officer kept peeping in the cell to make sure everything was all right. After every second, he would peep from the peep door and check out that everything was all right. Now, exam was conducted without any trouble, and Stephen escorted the invigilator out to the main gate. So, before that, there is an event which is also a very important event, that Evans um, took permission to wrap himself a blanket because he was feeling cold inside. And the prison officers, they were alarmed at the first instance, but then they thought that because the sun does not move into that side of the cell, it might be cold inside, and that's why he has wrapped around with a blanket. So now the exam was conducted, and Stephen escorted the invigilator out to the main gate. In Ivan's cell, they found that the invigilator was lying injured, and Evans had escaped. The parson, McCleary, told that he knew where Evans might be found. So the person who remained there, that was Parson McCleary, and he said that he could take them to that place. At once, he was sent in a police van to catch the prisoner. Since the parson was bleeding profusely, he was taken to a hospital on the way, and later, when the governor wanted to inquire from the hospital about Parson's well being, they found that no wounded person had ever come to the hospital. Now it was known and realized that Evans had not escaped in the guise of the parson McCleary. Actually, he had stayed in and befooled the entire prison staff. The blood flowing from his head had not been his own blood, rather, it was pig's blood which McCleary had cleverly managed to bring in. So it was brought in that rubber tube. Similarly, McCleary was not the parson. He also was impersonating the parson. The real parson McCleary was tied by some men in his room since morning. So the governor put two and two together from the question paper, superimposed sheet, and the correction slip which were used in the escape, and got a clue about Ivan's whereabouts. So he concluded and reached that spot where he could find Evans. So, towards the end of the story, the governor got hold of Evans in a hotel room, handcuffed. Evans was sent away with a prison officer in the prison van. But once again, Evans could outsmart the governor. Both the prison officer and the prison van had been part of the plan all along, mastered by Evans. and once again he became a free bird. So, this is how we come to the conclusion that a criminal can outsmart the authorities, the police, because if he has the wits. So, that's all with a summary. Thank you. Have a nice day.